Is it really our moral instincts that restrict people from following their will or the constraints from the societal norm? Do you consider yourself a moral person? You might think you're a good person if you never violated the law, living with honesty and integrity. But there's a flaw that lies subtly rooted in the distant past, and to provide more insight, let me introduce you to the tale of the Ring of Gyges. The tale originates from Plato's Republic and revolves around a humble shepherd named Gyges. One day while tending his flock, Gyges discovers the mystical ring hidden within a fissure in the earth. Unbeknownst to Gyges, this ring possesses the extraordinary power of granting the ability to become invisible at will. And with his newfound power, Gyges realizes he can act without consequence, as he can't be seen or held accountable for his actions. Initially, Gyges is consumed by the temptations of the ring's power. He indulges in acts that serve his personal desires, even committing heinous deeds. His actions but go unnoticed, and he becomes entangled in a web of secrecy and corruption. However, as time passes, Gyges begins to question the nature of his newfound abilities. He recognizes that his actions, hidden under the cloak of invisibility, actually reveal his true self, an individual capable of both noble and wicked deeds. This realization forces Gyges to confront the moral implications of his actions and also the responsibility that comes with power. This story was actually brought up by Plato's brother Glaucon while discussing what motivated people to act justly, challenging Socrates to defend the idea that justice is intrinsically valuable and desirable. He suggests that when individuals are liberated from the fear of being held accountable for their actions, their true nature is revealed. He argues that most people would succumb to their base instinct and act in selfish and immoral ways if they had the power of invisibility like Gyges. The story prompts us to reflect on the role of laws and social norms in curbing our nature inclinations and maintaining order within society. It challenges us to consider whether our adherence to moral and ethical principles is actually driven by genuine virtue or simply the fear of punishment. Looking into various perspectives, Thomas Hobbes insists that human nature is inherently self-interested and driven by the desire for self-preservation and personal gain. He famously described the state of nature as a state of war, of all against all, where people will naturally compete for resources and power, leading to constant conflict and insecurity, whereas rules are implicit agreements to maintain order and security in exchange for protection and stability. On the contrary, John Locke argued that individuals have an inherent duty to act justly, and they willingly form social contracts to secure their natural rights, presenting a more optimistic view of human nature and believing that individuals have the capacity for reason and cooperation. This timeless allegory invites us to reflect on our moral compass and the choices we will make when freed from the constraints of societal norms. So in a world where the power of the ring of Gyges grants anonymity, the question arises, what would you do if you possessed such a ring?